Hi, good afternoon to all of you. In this session, we shall be talking about personal interviews, how to go about, and what things we have to keep in mind to fare well in this exercise. Finally, first of all, you need to buy, if you can see things on your screen, first of all, we need to buy this black dress and start jumping like this, keeping diary in one hand and some degree in second. Step number one is this. Am I clear? Jokes apart, so we shall be taking up what we have to do in order to fare well, score well in this session, because this is just 15 minutes exercise otherwise in real time scenario, and these 15 minutes can make or break your life career. So we have to be a little careful, and primarily we need to practice a lot, rehearse a lot in order to score well in this exercise. No doubt, the previous round would be something to do with GDs, group discussion, and other top institutes have switched over to essay writing. But in this session, we shall be taking about personal interview. So first of all, let us define this exercise. What is PI? The simplest, you can see two or three things right now on your screen. But PI is very simple exercise. It means personal interview, that is interpersonal exchange of the views, exchange or views in between two people. Two people could be, one could be your panel consisting of 4 or 5 professors, industry experts, etc., and one would be you. So they are at upper position, senior position or authority, and we are at the receiving end. So we have to be extra careful, we have to play smart, we have to think logical, and we have to be super confident to score well. And we shall be taking up all these, what we are supposed to do in order to fare well. So it's a formal meeting arranged so that they can assess your qualities and aptitude, whether you are fit for this course or not. Normally 2 to 3 panelists, 15-25 minutes entire session, and weightage is 10 to 20% depending upon the college you have applied for. Panel mostly consisted of professors, manageable, alumni again very cool and friendly, and most dangerous guy would be psychologist, and finally industry expert. They'll be firing few subject based question, practical questions, and out of all these guys or the authority figures, the dangerous would be psychologist. You will see on his face the calmness, the tranquility, the serenity, and little smile. He will wear little smile. Out of all the panel members, you will feel that this is the coolest guy on this earth. But be careful. His purpose is to scan your aptitude and to match your answers with your resume or whatever you write, give in writing there before while filling the form. So if anything goes wrong against whatever is written there, you have submitted already, and whatever right now you are saying, and something is not matching with these two items, then probably you'll be in a danger zone. So it may or may not have fixed structure, but definitely could be your normal interview, stress interview, or just if you have got work X, then probably it will move around your questions related to work experience. So let's move on to next slide. Guys, still I'm audible, or I'm running this commentary for myself only? My voice reaching you guys? Because my indicator is showing that my voice is reaching you. Okay. So let's move ahead. So why PI? You already have proved yourself. You're graduate, you're smart, you can handle situations easily. So why we need to take this exercise, why need to go through this exercise, and why they are interested in taking your MRI, ultrasound, X-ray, etc. The purpose of PI is to understand your thought process primarily. Primarily is your thought process, because entire thing would revolve around it, be it GD, be it essay writing, or be it your interview. Everything revolves around thought process. The point is to judge your thought process, and thought process should be practical. You should have pragmatic approach towards life, not ideal always, because there is huge difference between theory and practical. Your attitude, I'm talking about only attitude related to positive attitude or negative attitude. I'm not talking about the attitude one that we may acquire when we earn huge amount of money. That means just to go to shopping, you use your helicopters, and your servants are exchanging BMW as birthday gifts. So we're not talking about that attitude, one which you are anyone can have because of his or her achievements. We are talking about only two, positive or negative, and it has to be positive. And your commitment level. Again, we are not talking about commitment that you show when you were in college. Day before yesterday, I think people celebrated, including you. So, how was your Valentine's Day, guys? Chauhan, Shweta, Kanika, Nikhil, Pritesh, how was your Valentine's Day? Was it average, below average, more than expected? So no answers. It means, so you bought chocolate for yourself only and ate all the chocolates and making people jealous, and they must be thinking that someone has given you the chocolates. Jokes apart, no reaction from your side. Okay, things are things are pretty complicated at your end. Nothing to worry about. Have faith. Now, commitment level we are talking about in terms of not Facebook commitment. We are talking about your commitment, dedication toward whatever task you undertake. And finally, the other side of corporate sector is stress, and whether the candidate would be able to handle stress or not. So we want to analyze whether candidate you are capable of handling stress or not, because we all need huge fat salary package, but we are not even aware of that amount of stress we have to undertake and we have to go through in order to achieve planned targets. So that is what the PI is. No doubt it is only 15-minute exercise, and entire life is based on these 15 minutes GD, 15 minutes interview. So let's practice. That's why I kept this session, so that we can have just overview the things and prepare ourselves well. Okay, now the domain of the interview. What exactly is asked and what things are asked in this? First of all, very important is knowledge about you. And knowledge about you, it's another way of asking, introduce yourself. And the golden question is always introduce yourself, and we want to know your hobbies, interests, strengths, experiences, weaknesses, etc. and subject, study, career plan. Means knowledge about you only, where questions would be fired moving around you, your personality, your strength, weakness, etc. For example, there's a technical difference between hobbies and interest. So guys, are you aware of the difference between hobbies and interest other than spellings? This I also can see. Kanika, no. Chauhan, the Mr. Rajput. Chauhans are generally Rajput. So Chauhan, so are you again Rajput from Rajasthan? Okay, so hobbies means any activity for which you take special time out of your daily routine and you pursue that activity, or you have got fixed structure to pursue that activity once a week, twice a week, but your routine is fixed. Interest is that activity which we pursue or undertake or do whenever we have free time. So generally we Indians, 90% of Indians do not have any specific hobby. Hobby means painting, dancing, etc., etc. But we do have interest in these areas. Whenever I get the time, for example, I go and hang out with my friends. I watch movies. I love spending time with my family. I love reading books or newspaper, watching movies, etc. So I would recommend that if you don't have any specific hobby, and do not create any hobby just for the sake of interview, for sake of telling that you have something in you, just to impress the panel. No point, because they'll be drilling you and they'll dig mud out of the earth to check whether you are saying out of genuine interest or for the sake of only. So stick to interest. If you have hobby, then do the research work properly. For example, if your hobby is playing cricket or playing badminton, make sure that you know the size of the court and the weight of the racket or the ball or the length of the pitch, etc., etc. Strengths and weaknesses. First of all, while introducing yourself, make sure that we are not supposed to highlight our weaknesses. Because, for example, if I say 100 good things about myself, and at the end of the interview or introduction, I say that everything is fine with me, sir, but sometimes I get into trouble. I love murdering or killing people. Rest everything is fine. You can check my resume. So do you think that they'll select me? No, absolutely no. So whenever from your side, do not initiate weaknesses, another question or discussion or weaknesses. Make sure that when you're asked this question, then highlight your weakness, and I'll tell you that how to highlight weakness even when you come onto this question. So we are done with the domain, the first part, knowledge about you. Make sure that you undertake, you go through just one subject and revise the fundamentals from one of the subjects from your graduation, be it commerce related or engineering, whatever your background is. Make sure that you pick a one or two subject and just revise fundamentals. We do expect that if you have spent let's say 3 years graduation, plain graduation, or engineering 4 years. So at least you are aware of few of the things. So guys, so have you done your homework related to any subject? Press yes or no. Make sure that you do. So when all of you guys, when you have your real interview, Shweta, Chauhan, Kanika, Nikhil, Pritesh, I can Nikhil here, I can take from your ID that you are a regular student. Pritesh 20th February, Chauhan 19th this month. Okay, so 19 means today, 17, day after tomorrow. So Chauhan, all the best, and all of you guys also do your best and have confidence. It is entire game would be of confidence, guts, and common sense. No doubt, a little bit of logic is added, then you'll come out victorious. Second, very important, where we can trap you very easily, and fortunately we Indians are superb when it comes to general awareness. So anybody from Punjab, whenever they are asked who is Chief Minister of Punjab, the boy is so absorbed, the girl would be so absorbed, they immediately come up with this answer: sir, the Chief Minister of Punjab is Gurdas Man. And who is Deputy Chief Minister? Babu Man. They are prominent singers otherwise. So we all have got tremendous GK and stronghold over GK. So make sure that you know about environment. That is the second domain that we check, and we have to be extra sure about whatever is happening around. For example, Zika virus case and Jawaharlal Nehru University case, and a couple of days back that was Hyderabad suicide case, and day before yesterday cleanliness survey came out and Chandigarh has been rated at second position, and the cleanest city in India is Mysore. And I should not be highlighting this on web, but dirtiest is Varanasi, I suppose. So I mean to say that you should be aware of your hometown, things related to your hometown, India, and whatever is happening around. Why this is required? Because ultimately, after clearing MBA, after doing MBA, for sure, I'm damn sure that definitely you'll do this year, and you'll be handling people, organizations, launching products, until unless you're aware of the geography of this country, culture of this country a little, and habits, customs. So you'll not be able to fare well in corporate sector. So ultimately, we have to take care of people's need. Be it any business, you talk about service sector, you talk about goods sector, it is always customer. So city, state, country, and to know about environment, make sure that you attend our content sessions. We regularly have content sessions on web also, these online sessions, and we keep offline sessions also, and make sure that you are in touch with the regular newspaper, news channel, good news channel, for example Times Now, NDTV English. So should not cut sorry figure when we ask very simple questions. So this is the second area that we check in an interview. Now these are the evaluation parameters upon which you'll be rated, or you'll get the scores. So personality is given 10% weightage. Body language, your sitting style, eye contact, etc. Is given 15% weightage. Subject knowledge, you can very well see yourself that subject knowledge is given 20% weightage, because right now you have just left the student life, you have come out of your university or college. So the common sense says that at least you are in touch with these subjects. And communication skills, your command over language, your ability. Communication is not just not spoken, it is listening as well, and your ability to put your point across. So very important, be patient and do not answer any question until and unless you understand the question well. Do not afraid of asking the question again if you haven't understood the question. General awareness 20% weightage, and clarity of goals. In this clarity of goal question, the only question is that why you want to go for MBA, why you picked up this option. And most of us are not aware of that, why we picked up. You will come up, if you haven't done your homework well, so you'll come up with pretty narrow answers, like, sir, the salary package is very high, and it is very prestigious, you can impress your people around. And we have seen a lot of Hindi movies where you see the hero from the corporate sector carrying suitcase and digital briefcase, wallet, etc. So do not try to impress with these funny answers. Why MBA? The answer to this question should definitely revolve around your career goal. What is your goal? The simplest answer would have been that you want to enter corporate sector at the level of management, since you are from engineering background or commerce background. So you do not know the ABCD of doing business. You have got theoretical knowledge of, for example, if you're from commerce background, and you have got theoretical knowledge of a few areas related to business, be it accounts or organizational behavior, etc. But being from science background, we do have certain qualities in us, but I'm not aware of things or departments of business and intricacies involved in business. But it is for sure that I want to make career in this sector, corporate sector, at the level of management, because with this present degree also you can enter corporate sector. Let's say you are from engineering background, you can enter production sector. Your commerce background, you can enter banking sector or any sector. These all are part of corporate sectors, but you'll not be given authority or leadership position. Now you want to enter corporate sector at the level of decision making positions or leadership position. There you need one platform where one can learn about things related to business and few skills related to business, be it presentation, confidence, network building, and alumni network, etc., and exposure to projects, also industrial interface and internship projects, etc. You need to overhaul when it comes to personality, so that you can adjust yourself well in corporate sector at the level of management. So this should be the proper answer when it comes to why MBA. Am I clear, guys? So reframe your answer. If your answer is moving around only salary package, or there was since I hate engineering, or I am not interested in commerce, I want to impress someone in my life, I've got one or two motivations, and I've been told by their respective fathers that crack at and then I'll come and talk to me. All these are funny answers. Am I clear, guys? So did you frame your answers on these lines, or yes or no, guys? Utkarsh, I think you're our online student. Is my voice reaching? Okay, so tell me if I am going too fast, because we have got a limited time and I want to share maximum things with you, so that with common sense and courage and confidence we can handle this situation well without getting into depression, because people get into depression easily. Indians are very sensitive, emotional, sentimental. With single provocation they start crying. So these are the parameters that and if we talk about sitting style, your lower back should touch with the lower back of the chair. And eye contact, in eye contact we try to have 80-20 principle, means 3 or 4 people or members are there in that interview panel. One who has asked the question, you should look into the eyes of that person 80% of the time, and 20% you need to rotate your eyes so that you are in contact with you have get eye contact with other members also. That is called 80-20 principle. Gestures, for example, you can see right now on your screen, you can see me. So hand movements, you can move around your waistline, nothing more than should not go beyond your waistline while answering the question. And do not try to play with any object, do not bite your nails, etc. These are all out of world things, very childish. So, and they all show these signs, they show nervousness. So we all are nervous before anything final or anything that is going to decide our lives. So we are pretty nervous, but the courageous or the leaders are capable of hiding their nervousness. So we should also try to hide our nervousness by exuding confidence and be in our temperament. So let's move ahead. What we have now, types of PI question. Academic will be asking what was your main subject in graduation, and if you have got work, and if you have done and few projects during college time. So what was the topic of your project? What was the project, etc. Subject, industry, interface, etc. Personal, introduce yourself, about your family, strengths, role model. Generally, when it comes to role model, again 80% of us will not be having any role model, but if you have, it should not be something, and people are generally have this misconception that role model should always be film celebrity or some business tycoon. It is not always true. If you have any person, let's say if you have any role model from the world of business or the film industry or any celebrity, it's fine. If you don't have, You can say your one of your parents or your elder brother, sister, or one of your seniors or one of your teachers. It is not that it has to be exactly fit into the role of role model. Should anything, anybody from whom we have taken few qualities and we want that I should also have these qualities in me, and I try my level best to inculcate these and follow these. So it is not hard and fast. There is no hard and fast rule that one should have role model. If you have, well and good, but if you do not have, then just try to figure out at that particular time whenever this question is asked that one of your teachers, one of your colleagues, one of your siblings, and you want that one or two qualities from that particular person to be in your life. Hobbies, extracurricular. So we should be very clear about curricular and extracurricular. Curricular activity is that activity which you do, which is part of your college or school curriculum, college curriculum, which was a part of. And extracurricular, that activity which you do outside your college, be it part of that you were part of, you or still are part of NGO, or you participated in various competition outside your college schedule, so would come under extracurricular. So do not confuse with co-curricular and extracurricular. And achievements, etc. Then general knowledge about city, about country. Here we have exaggerated things a little. It is not that you should know everything about the universe. After all, we are also human beings, and we are not supposed to know everything under the sun. So this was a typical PI questions. And career. Why you want to go for MBA? I have already given you few hints, clues to frame answers. If you already have framed on similar lines, no need to change, but be firm on your stand. And if your answer is moving around salary, money, and growth and etc., forget all these funny answers, because every line, every sector can provide you growth, every sector can provide you good salaries, provided that you know how to do the work. And if you're passionate about any particular sector, be it painting, be it cooking, be it fashion designing, etc., every street is paved with gold. Always keep in mind, it is not that everyone on this earth is an engineer and after engineering he or she will go for MBA, then a person can become rich. This is horrible misconception. Career plans, 5 years down the line, where do you see yourself 10 years down the line? So if you do not have any specific answer, need not to worry. You can give generic answer. 5 years down the line, I see myself completing my MBA, graduation, business administration degree, and I'll be part of a good reputed organization, and again will be the part of highly skilled team. And 10 years down the line, I feel that I'll be confident enough, knowledgeable enough, and experienced enough to handle big projects independently with a highly skilled team. So generic answer, nothing to worry about, because we don't know what exactly will happen tomorrow. So this is very hypothetical question. Where do you see yourself 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line? So answer should be handled wisely and with great common sense. Work experience, if you have got work X, then you can sail through this exercise very easily, because most of the things will revolve around your job profile, work experience, and nature of your job, etc. So this is but again, you should know the bigger picture of the industry. Let's say you're from IT background, you're part of, let's say, Infosys, Wipro, etc., and you're in a software development team, but make sure that you know the size of your industry, the top companies in your sector, and what policies government has in order to support your sector, what problems your sector no problems faced by your sector, etc., etc. But work experience, you can there is an advantage when we have our work X. How many of you have work X, guys? How many? Or you all are freshers? Okay. Are you having your lunch side by side? So all are fresher. Okay, Chauhan. So Chauhan, your sector probably IT, because most of the students, youngsters. Okay, Chauhan, manufacturing. So which particular concern are you working with? JTEX, textile. So make sure that you know about the problems related to textile. And am I correct in assuming that it is textile manufacturing? JTEX. Okay, so size of your sector, earlier there was quota restriction, now it has been removed, taken out, and something to do with your industry. So do your homework properly. And other situation based, we can give you hypothetical situation. And extempore, sometimes we give you any word, and you'll be asked to say one or two lines, and something related to your performance in GD. For example, if you were not able to perform well, then what were the reasons? If you performed well, what are your opinions now on that particular subject? Expand now. So something based on your performance in GDs. So some typical question, tell me something about you. That is again another way of asking, introduce yourself. Now if you're carrying pen or copy, or let's say if you're carrying your mobile with you, write down 5 important points that we are supposed to highlight in our introduction. So guys, ready? Okay, so guys, first point is leadership. Second point is that you are a keen learner. Keen learner. I'm writing on this screen also. Second point was keen learner. Third is adaptability or flexibility. Fourth, your dedication towards whatever responsibility you are given. And finally, your value system or values, whatever you believe in or you follow in your life. So your value system. So these are the at least five we are supposed to highlight whenever we are introducing ourselves, that you should have leadership traits. First was leadership. Second, keen learner, KEEN, keen learner. Third, adaptability. Fourth, your dedication, commitment levels, and value system. But again, plus anything you want to highlight about yourself in terms of achievement, etc., whenever you introduce yourself. But again, we are not supposed to use these 5 adjectives as such, 5 words as such. I'm born leader, I'm born flexible, I believe in values, I'm very dedicated, I'm very committed, you can check my Facebook account, etc. Sir, where is my seat and I want to get into this college, so which hostel room you're planning to give me. So we are not supposed to use these words as such and simply ask for the seat. With the help of few examples or situation from your school, I'm talking about 10th onward or 9th onward, plus your college life, pick a few examples, instances where you can prove, you can show that you have got these qualities in addition to whatever extra you want to highlight about yourself. So that's how we introduce yourself. And very important, this is considered golden question when it comes to interviews for MBAs. And when you introduce yourself, drop only clues, so that in a panel can pick up threads from there, and frame question taking clues from your introduction. For example, during college time, I was working on this project, and this project was appreciated by my department also, my teachers also, and I got A+ grade in that particular project. So my next question would be, for example, if I am one of the members of the panel, so my next question would be, so what was your project and what was your topic, and in what time you completed, and problems faced. So 3 or 4 questions out of your introduction. So because we all want to lead our interview, and you can lead your interview if you drop certain hints from where I can pick up the threads and frame questions. So make sure that you frame your introduction in such a way, and that you are highlighting something about yourself related to these 5 or 6 important areas, and you are leaving certain loose ends also, open ends also, so that the interviewer can pick up thread. Am I clear, guys? Press yes if I am clear about this question. Keep on pressing because we are running short of time. Then why do you want to go MBA? This we already have taken. What are your career goals? It is fine that after investing couple of years in job, you want to open your enterprise. But if you are damn sure about this idea, then throw this idea. Because students generally come up with this, that because generally at your age people have vague ideas about enterprise venture opening, and they think that it would be always a cakewalk for them to open because they think that in the field, in the age of information technology, just you need to create your website and fill up that website with vague products and some funny ideas, and people will start throwing money. It is not that easy. So you should have concrete plans. If you do not have, let's say if you have only this idea that after a couple of years I want to start my own business, but I haven't given any thought that what kind of sector I would be picking, because 5 to 10 years down the line, this according to the scenario, according to the capital available, according to the team available and other circumstances, but it is for sure that I want to get into business. Do not throw any vague ideas that you want to start your website. Every second person on this earth has his or her own website, and every second person is selling either ice cream or bicycles or camera security system or service industry, or let's say idli dosa, etc., etc. So no funny answers. This is not going to fetch you anything that you want to open your enterprise. Every second person on this earth wants to open his or her own enterprise. So be specific and be sensible. So what are your strengths and weaknesses? So it's a very tricky question. Strengths and weaknesses. Generally, students come to me and ask this, sir, should we highlight our weakness in such a way that they should look like strengths? Very funny. Any weakness cannot look like any strength. And if you're trying to be manipulative, if you try to play over smart, then it would be very clear to them that you're not mature and you're just behaving like any child. Some of the students will say that, sir, I love eating chocolates, my weakness. I've got bad handwriting. I love eating spicy food too much. So all these are funny answer. Weakness means weakness. We all are human beings, and as per our age group, circumstances, and the way the culture, etc., or the country, we all have got our own set of weaknesses and strengths. So if you are having any weakness, do not shy. Say it clearly and probably, but the weakness should be presented in such a way using two sentences. For example, if I say, sir, my weakness is that sometimes I'm not able to manage tasks properly because I do not prioritize them. Sometimes, not always. You have to use this first word, at times or sometimes. I feel that. Second line is more important than the first line, but I have started writing down the things and I prioritize before I start many tasks at a time or multitasking. So that's how this is very important to tell the panel that you're trying your level best to overcome this particular weakness or these weaknesses. We all are human beings and nobody is perfect in this world, including the panel. So do not worry, but strengths definitely should be highlighted in the terms of, you already have taken this, that when I told you that when you introduce yourself, when you have to introduce yourself, that highlighting your leadership traits, value system, adaptability, dedication, keen learning ability, and other such parameters. Actually, we are highlighting our strengths with the help of examples rather than using straight words. So if you have already mentioned, if you have introduced yourself in this way completely, there is no point they'll be asking your strengths. Weakness, yes, may or may not, but weakness, if you have any, need not to worry. And but the second point is very important, that you have to tell the panel that you are trying your level best to overcome and what you are doing right now. So nothing to worry about. So be confident. We all are human beings and we have got our own set of strengths and weaknesses. Have I answered? Am I clear about this strength and weaknesses part? Guys, press yes. Okay. Your favorite subjects, your values and belief system. Now seems to be very heavy word. The second line I'm talking about now, values, seem to be very heavy word, but nothing to worry about. Let's say my school has, for example, if I'm asked this question, I'll say that my school has taught me being disciplined, being punctual, and I sincerely believe in these two aspects of my personality, or the things that were taught in our school. And I believe in cleanliness. My parents have taught me these things, so I sincerely believe in being sincere to whatever you do and put your 100%. So need not to be over philosophical regarding when it comes to value system, that one has to believe in ethical value, I have ethical mindset. When you stress too much on ethics and morality, it is for sure that you are entering dark well, and they can trap you, they can grill you. on this particular question, that okay, you consider yourself, you believe that you're a very ethical person, they'll give you a very hypothetical situation with two options, and if you go either way, you feel that you're trapped. So stick to normal answers. Likewise, at your age, at the age of 20, 21, so being punctual, being disciplined, being sincere, and patient listener, and confident while speaking, that you believe in putting your message across clearly. These are values you believe in, etc. Hobbies, interest, we already have taken. Extracurricular, we have taken. Work ex, since most of you are freshers except one, Chauhan, Mr. So you need to handle work ex question, we already have taken. Now, most stated strengths, you can use hard work, persuasiveness, being that you believe in taking initiative, that is called proactive approach. So guys, do we know the meaning of the word meticulous? Yes guys, the dictionary meaning of the word meticulous. We can use this to show, to if we are meticulous means very careful planner. We know not all of us are meticulous by nature, but few of us definitely would be. If you are very careful while planning anything, you take care of even minutest of the detail, then you can say meticulous. You have got leadership trait you believe in, you have displayed so many times. Entrepreneurship, value for values, perseverance. Do we know the meaning of the word perseverance? Yes guys, perseverance. Perseverance means consistent with your efforts, diligent, intelligent at the same time, and team member. Because ultimately in today's world, corporate sector, the world has shrunk to global village, and no one can win any battle on his or her own. So either your team will win or your team will lose. So it has to be, you need to prove at the time of interview that you believe in team spirit, and either you are a good team player or a team leader. Weakness, still you can use overconfident. Sometimes at times you feel that you're overconfident, slow starter, because you think a lot before making any moves. So sometimes I feel that I start slow, sometimes I set very high goals for myself without considering all the parameters. Sometimes I lose my sight on the practicality of the things, but at times but I'm now I've realized that you have got our own set of limitations, strength, weakness. So I decide, taking all these into consideration, I believe that sometimes I'm stubborn, etc. And procrastinate. So, guys, do we know the meaning of the word procrastinate? It is postponing. It is postponing the things. So sometimes I postpone because always tell the reason. Procrastination otherwise a negative thing, but always tell the reason that you procrastinate because initially whenever you are given 2 or 3 responsibility at a time, you're not able to decide which one to take first, and you delay the event. You delay the event, number 1, number 2, number 3, etc. But now you weigh the pros and cons of the events, or the urgency of the event or the task, and you decide the priority, and you allot priority to them, and then you go for the action. So that's how we talk about handle strength and weakness related questions. Now, stages involved. Now we have come to the stages, what we are supposed to do before interview, and what we are supposed to do during interview, and post interview. This is a little tricky area, this post interview, but pre-interview, what we are supposed to do, and let's see. So it is pre-interview preparation. This we all are aware of primarily, nothing new. We should gather information about B school, required documentation, prepare good CV, just for the sake of, because when we prepare CV, generally we already, while filling that application form for any particular college, they generally ask few questions. For example, SP Jan, all IIMs, etc., and other such colleges. They NMET also, XLRI also people, they ask few questions, answer to few questions, and therefore no need to have CV beforehand. But it is very important that we should have our SWOT analysis done before we go for this exercise. In reality, SWOT means strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. We get opportunities because of our strengths, and we get threats because of our weaknesses. So it's another way of highlighting, analyzing your strengths and weaknesses. Dress code should be appropriate. No flashy clothes, no Govinda style dressing, no party dresses, no flashy brands, etc. It has to be formal, pure formal when it comes to interviews and GDs and boardroom discussion. pure formal. And no need to flaunt that you love brands, because people, whenever they wear any branded watch, they'll say that, sir, I believe that I'm very punctual, and this way they, flaunt brands. Be humble while using perfumes and deos, and whenever you have to purchase any dress, do it 2 3 days before your interview. Familiarize yourself with frequently asked questions. Frequently asked means introduce yourself, about subject, about the current events happening these days. So these are a few tips related to your pre-interview preparation. Now let's see what we have to do post-interview. Dress code, as we already have taken, uh, that it has to be formal. Formal shirt, trousers, and leather shoes. Female dress code, western formal wear or Indian formal wear, but the color of the attire or the clothes should match with your skin texture. It should not be fleshy. Normally it is the dark trouser and light shirt in case of boys, Oxford style shoes, and in case of girls also the western formal or Indian formal dress, nothing to worry about. But make sure that should not use heavy jewelry or makeup. And brown strip tie, yes, Sahib, nothing to worry, brown strip tie. If it is going well with whatever you are wearing, it's fine, nothing to worry about. And it has to be formal only. And make sure that you use very strong perfumes and deos. And if you believe in certain religion or community, you believe certain follow any particular sect or religion, it's fine. But you should not wear those talisman, or what we call in your native language tabis, should not be visible to the panel, that 1 2 3 4 tabis, and that you wear the yellow tilak or red tilak as if you are going on to Pakistan border or to fight war. It is just an interview, and you have to be sensible, be in your senses, be key in your limits, and behave maturely. That's what interview is all about. It is exchange of views only, so nothing to prove that you are going on to fight a war against your enemy nation. So that's a little about threads worn on wrist. Style, nothing to worry about. One or two are fine, I generally wear. But let's say too many threads or too many talisman or charm, something like this, it generally, we also come across students like students wearing all these. There are two, and in PK movie, have you seen PK, guys? The Amir Khan's movie, where we take the where we he shows that generally these so-called babas, they take firki out of us. So whenever these students enter, wearing so many talisman, so from the room appears to be some Baba's kind of room, and we hear the sounds like Buddham Sharanam Gachami. So it is just exchange of views. Be comfortable, and you're confident, you're smart, believe in your abilities, have faith in you and your abilities. Nothing to worry about, just plain exercise. Make sure that you rehearse, you take up 2 or 3 mock interviews, practice along with your friends, and go and show to the world that you're ready to take this world or corporate sector, what do you call, head on. During interview, patiently wait for your turn, and do not show the signs of nervousness. Be friendly with other candidates. At least it is very difficult to be friendly, but do not run after every candidate who is running out of interview room, because whatever has been asked from that candidate, it is not necessary that same questions would be asked again. Follow entry and exit protocol. Make sure that if the door is half open also, then knock the door. If complete open, then also knock the door and enter the room. Exit also after you're done with your interview. Keep the chair to its original position. Move 2 steps back, and then take file and move 2 steps back and say thank you, and then move out of the room. It should not be immediately that, okay, here's my file, okay sir, see you next time around. Body language should be positive, should not be too much of the hand movement or head movement or foolish smiles, etc. Language should be pure formal, no yar, no slang, nothing. If you want to say any quote, if it is in Hindi or your native language, but it should be relevant to the given situation. Otherwise, language should be English, nothing to worry about. Let it be simple English. Do not try to impress the panel with your vocabulary skill, because we want to check substance in your personality, not we are interested in checking your vocabulary skills. So people are really confused. Should we use simple words or difficult words? Nothing, nothing. For example, if you ask me, sir, what do you want to have right now? If I say no, flossy, nosini, hilly, pilification, and you'll not be able to understand. Do you know the meaning of, guys, do you know the meaning of word flossy, nosini, hilipilification? Heard this word before? Shweta, yes. So Shweta, how do you know this? Yeah. Good to hear this, that you are aware of. It's a long word. Yeah. Flossy, nosini, hilipilification. Generally my students, I generally ask this word in my regular classes. There's one more, the longest word is pneumono ultra microscopic silico volcanoconiosis. Yeah. So sir, since I was suffering from pneumono ultra microscopic silico volcanoconiosis right now, so therefore I do not need anything, or no flossy nosini hilipilification. Do not try to impress. Be simple. There's a essence of communication. Whatever I say, you should understand. Whatever you say, I should understand. Okay. Establishing rapport. And while entering, as soon as we enter, be confident, cheerful greeting, should have smiling face always, and smile should be always wear a little smile, because smiling face ease the tension in the atmosphere, and you feel friendly, and it turns the atmosphere friendly. Eye contact, you need to maintain the eye contact in terms of 80-20 principle, which I told you couple of minutes, and use examples in your answer. Make sure that you are correct about your data. If you know the range, for example, sometimes we are asked any particular data ridden question, and if you're not sure about the exact number, tell the range. For example, how many poor people are there in India? For example, 50 to 60%, sir, I'm not sure, but 50 to 60% range is fine. And before you answer any question, make sure that you have understood the question properly, and if you haven't understood, ask the question again. Do not feel anything awkward while asking this. Okay, John, should we shake hand before leaving? First of all, if they offer you, then you should shake hand. Otherwise, humbly say thank you. Now, entering the room, this we already have taken. Sitting down, and do not take your seat until you are told to take your seat. And after you take your seat, say thank you. If you are not told immediately to take your seat, do not sit immediately, seek permission. Post interview, this exercise is done when everything went wrong during the interview. Then we recommend to reconstruct the entire interview, to identify your weaknesses or gaps or shortcomings, look into negatives, identify the causes, list out the improvement areas, and seek the help, take the help for corrections. Practice improvement, take the help of your teachers, mentors, seniors, friends, etc. to take out the negatives and to overcome the shortcomings. But the post-interview scenario would be there if everything goes bad, and you were not able to fare well, or you were not able to handle well this situation or this entire exercise, until unless first and second stage. And I thoroughly believe that you'll be able to score well in this. Nothing, it's a game of confidence only. A little preparation, common sense, and you're through. How to lead your interview, very important question. Again, we already have taken, therefore I'll be rushing through. So identify your strengths. Interview means we are supposed to sell our strengths, not our weaknesses. I gave you example at the start of this show that if I tell 100 good things about me, and at the end of my introduction, if I say generally I'm short tempered and I'm not able to tolerate any colleague or worker who is not able to finish his or her task on time, and I generally kill that person. So while introducing yourself, drop certain clues about your strong area so that we can pick up threads from there and we can frame questions. So I'm assuming that, guys, have you taken mock interviews with Bullseye or wherever you are along with your friends or teachers, etc.? Press yes if. Sahil, Abhilash, Chauhan, Shweta. No, make sure that you at least go for 1 or 2 practice interviews so that you'll be in touch with essence of the situation, or you'll become familiar. You'll familiar yourself with exact tensions, the atmosphere there. Make sure that you do this. Sahil, if you are a regular student, you can register yourself. We do launch interview slots, but as far as online is concerned, we do launch online interviews also. And whenever interviews are launched, these sessions are launched, register yourself. If you are a regular student, you can come to us. Are you a regular student, Sahil? Online. So online, make sure that we launch target sessions also, interview sessions also, and register yourself with target interviews. And generally we upload these recordings also, so you can do there. And if you are from far away place, make sure that you sit with your friend and frame questions. Visit our online videos, all online videos. We already have uploaded how to introduce yourself, how to handle strength weakness question. This entire session I am taking, but we have uploaded individual videos also to handle different questions. So have you seen our videos, Sahil? But make sure that you practice 1 or 2 interviews. So these are few frequently asked questions. Should I bluff my way out of interviews? Strictly no. You'll be simply thrown out of the room if you start telling lies. They are very learned people and they know that you are just 20, 21 and you are full of energy but lacking common sense. So please make sure that whatever you say should be 110% correct. If you're not sure of aware of any figure, if you don't know any particular exact data, tell the range. Even if you're not aware of the range, say sorry and move ahead. What kind of body language should we use? It has to be positive. It has to be positive. What should be the pace of my speech? It should be normal. Whatever pace you have, naturally go by that. What if we are not able to answer few questions? Let's say question number 1 I was not able to answer, question number 2 I was not able to answer, question number 3 I was not able to answer. Do not lose your confidence, do not be nervous, do not feel nervous, say sorry and move ahead. And if you are able to recall partial answer to any particular question asked, take their permission and say, sir, I'm not able to recall the complete answer, but if you allow me, whatever I'm able to recall, I can share it with you. Now, next very important area is group interview. Few of the institutes take group interviews. And these are very dangerous session because you are made sit in groups and 1, 2, 3, 4 first question from the first candidate, second question from the second candidate, and one who is waiting, he would be in tension that next bullet will come through his head. So group interview, how to handle group interviews. While in group interview, do not worry about the question asked from other candidates, focus on your questions only. Do we have to ask any question at the end of interview? If we have any relevant question, then do ask the relevant question. But if you do not have, generally we do not have any relevant question to ask. So if you do not have any question, say, no sir, I do not have any question to ask. Say thank you. What if all goes wrong? If all goes wrong, then we have to follow step number 3, reconstruct the entire interview and check out, scan, analyze, do the critical analysis of your entire exercise to plug in the gaps. Very funny question sometimes. Does the time of the day, morning, afternoon, etc. will affect my chance of getting selected or rejected? Absolutely no. You'll be selected or rejected as per your strengths and weaknesses, abilities, potential. Time of the day has nothing to do with the chances of getting selected or rejected. Now, very important area now we shall be taking up stress interview. How to handle stress interview. First of all, we shall be defining what exactly is a stress interview and how to handle stress interview. Because second side of the story, corporate sector, is stress. Now, what is stress interview and how we put candidate under stress? So these are a few funny tricks we also use and they'll be using to put you under stress. We'll bombard you with meaningless questions. Why the color of your shirt is green, why not yellow? Right? We'll keep cutting your answers repeatedly. Let's say if you're answering to the question number 1 asked by panel member number 1 and other person will cut your answer repeatedly. Express doubts on your integrity. For example, you're 100% correct while answering any particular question, but they'll express doubt that I think you are completely dishonest person and your answer is completely wrong. You think that you can fool the panel. Please leave the room immediately. Now this is to check your power of conviction and knowledge and your confidence. So stick to your stand. Do not run away. and try to clear this misunderstanding. That, sir, as far as I know, I'm pretty sure about my answer. I think we have got a little misunderstanding between us. Let us revisit the answer and question, and again we'll scan. We can accuse you of bluffing. We can laugh at you or make mockery without any reason. Sahil, if cut, then should continue or stop? Yes, probably you should stop for a while and tell the panel that, sir, let me complete my answer, and if I am going wrong, I'm sure that I am correct, but since you are more learned and more experience than me, if you are saying something, we'll definitely take this into account, but let me finish my answer first. That's how humbly you handle the situation. Have I answered your question, Sahil? Press yes if I am. Okay, look uninterested. You're answering, and we as panel members will look here and there, and you will think that, damn, it is my make or break moment, and you're not taking care of, you're not even damn serious about this entire exercise. This is just to put you under stress. And all the panelists speaking at the same time, and you'll be fired at volley of questions. So how to handle all these situations? What we are supposed to do in this stress creating, meaningless stress being created around you, just to check whether you will be able to handle stress or not. Certain do's and don'ts. Keep your cool. Means make sure that come what may, under any circumstances, make sure that you do not lose your temper, because they'll be throwing meaningless question just to provoke you. So you need to maintain your cool and keep your cool and serenity, tranquility. Exude confidence whenever you answer questions in this stress interview from your body gestures and answers. In a crossfire, very funny situation, when you are come across many questions at a time, try to answer one question at a time. And when you answer first question, while answering first question, it is for sure that I'll not be able to recall the second question. When you're done with your answer to the first question, go to the second person, sir, what was your question? After you're done with second question, answer to the second question, go to the third person, sir, what was your question? This is to show that under stressful situation also, you did not lose your confidence, and you were able to handle everything calmly. And to show your conviction, make sure that you Sahil, this is answer to your question that, sorry, we have difference of opinion, but I believe in what I say. Whenever they are cutting your answer, accusing you bluffing, so be diplomatic, be humble, and show that you are mature and mature enough. In 2 years down the line, you'll be more mature to handle organizational responsibilities. What we are not supposed to do not try to create unnecessary humor, because it is very easy to generate humor, but it is very difficult to control humor. Do not get agitated under any circumstance. Make sure that you maintain your cool. Try to hide your nervousness, and make sure that you make eye contact and avoid mumbling, etc., to hide your nervousness. These are a few ways. Ultimately, in life and during interview, the game is of confidence. One who is confident enough, and confidence comes through knowledge and rehearsal. Make sure that you gather knowledge and you rehearse a lot, and you read a lot, because knowledge is power, content is supreme, and with the help of your powerful answers, we can handle any situation easily. So this was the last slide, guys, to handle this situation interview. I hope that we have taken most of the questions and most of the areas which are very important to this entire exercise, what we call personal interview. And if you have anything in your mind that how to handle any particular situation, let's say sometimes to put you under stress, we ask these two very funny questions. Last two questions I'll be asking, after that I'll be winding up this session. That give me one good reason to reject you, or give me one good reason to select you. First of all, give me one good reason to reject you. Type your answer in this chat box. if I ask you this question, give me one good reason. Utkarsh, Sahil, Abhilash, Chauhan, Shweta, etc. Kanika, Nikhil. Guys, let's see, if I ask you this question, give me one good reason to reject you. How will you handle this question? Take your time, think, then type. Give me one good reason to reject you. Are you typing, guys, or I am just waiting? Give me one good reason to reject you. Kanika, your answer is, in your eyes, maybe there is somebody better than me. Yes, Kanika, one of the points could be. And Sahil, if you want to miss candidate with high potential and tremendous, again, Sahil, you are praising yourself, but again, I'll take your answer. Okay, Abhilash, I will do justice to the program if selected. Okay, very good. Rest of the guys, Shweta, if your standards are not met, okay, rest are typing. Okay, I'm assuming that rest of the students are also typing their answers. So first of all, let us look at the psychology behind these two questions. If we Pritish, okay, Pritish, I may not have met the expectation of the particular institute, this particular institute. Yes, Pritish, we'll combine all these answers and we'll try to come up with some generic answers so that we include all these points. But first of all, let us look at the psychology. Let's try to understand the psychology behind these two questions. When this is asked, these two questions are asked, select you or reject you. Whenever we asked, give me one good reason to reject you, this means that your interview was absolutely marvelous, and your interview was up to the mark, and you handled every question wonderfully, marvelously. The only thing is that, and immediately when everything was going fine, suddenly we'll throw this question, give me one good reason to reject you. Now you'll come under stress that since everything was going fine, went fine, and I was able to handle all the questions thoroughly, completely, and wonderfully also, correctly also, so why this question suddenly? So we know that candidate is very potential, likewise Sahil mentioned. We just want to check whether the candidate is humble or not. If everything went fine and suddenly we come up with this question that give me one good reason to reject, first of all, reject you, then that you were absolutely marvelous and fit for this job or this college, but we just want to check whether you are humble or not, whether success has entered your head or not. We just want to check this. We just wanted to check this. And primarily, now the second point is how to handle this question. First of all, you need to satisfy the ego of the panel that, sir, if you find better candidate, likewise one of you mentioned, like Shweta mentioned, if you find a candidate better than me, since you are more learned and more experienced than me, you've got every right to reject me. And if you have found candidates better than me, and let's say probably one of the reasons could be that I was not able to handle few of the questions as per your expectation, so you have got every right to reject me. This is 50%. After saying but, again you need to restate your strength so that you can confirm your candidature or selection. We just wanted to check whether you're humble or not, and whether you are firm, assertive, or whether you stick to your stand or not. Should not, if we are asked this question, okay sir, anybody, that okay, give me one good reason to reject you. Thank you sir for rejecting me, and I'm throughout my life I'll be grateful to you. Thank you for rejecting me, saving my time and your time also, and you move out of the room. Do not be too obedient. Do not show this obedience and this much humbleness in terms that you know that you are excellent and they also know that you are excellent, and but you know how to work in a team and how to be humble and good human being. Have I answered? Have you understood the philosophy, psychology behind this question and how to handle this question, guys? Press yes so that we can move on to how, give me one good reason to select you. Okay, now second question, give me one good reason to select you. This is generally asked when we find that after reading the candidate's resume, CV, etc. and achievements, we realize that candidate is very potential, but somehow the candidate was not able to perform well during these 15 minutes because of nervousness, because of, let's say, any reason he was not able to perform, and we want to give him or her the last chance to prove his candidature or to prove his position, so that he can recap, so he can recollect his senses, strengths, and should be able to handle this exercise, wind up this exercise successfully. So this is the psychology. When everything goes wrong, then we ask this question: give us one good reason to select you, provided subject to the condition that candidate is potential. Now, how to handle this question? Whenever we are asked this question, give us one good reason to select us. First of all, you should be thankful. You should have common sense that everything went wrong, and after that, in spite of that, the panel is giving me this chance to be selected. So first of all, you should thank and should admit that, sir, everything went wrong. I don't know, because of nervousness or because of the few difficult questions that were asked, I was not able to handle the entire exercise well. But after first of all, you need to admit that everything went wrong, and after saying but, again you need to restate your strengths, so that again you are given the chance to be selected. Am I clear, guys? Whenever we are asked a selection or rejection question, make sure that the scenario 15 minutes before, and did your interview, how was your interview, did it go well, did it go bad, etc., and then frame your answer. Am I clear, guys? Press yes. Okay, so guys, the time has come to wind up the session, and if you have any question, then probably you can ask me, and I'm assuming that, I'm hoping that was this session beneficial, guys, because we keep on asking these questions. That's why we feel motivated, and we get motivation to keep these sessions further. Yes, guys, how was the session, and did you get anything out of this session? Okay, Kanika, this is very simple question. Sometimes a person has achieved a lot, and in CV the sometimes space is not that much to mention all your achievements, strengths, and if anything is left or missed, you missed anything while preparing your CV, while filling an application form for any particular college, then mention. And if you have filled everything, then make sure that you mention something from your strength area, so that they can think of taking you in. So Kanika, have I answered your question? Johan, how to handle low academics? See, if your academics are low, then probably you need to highlight your extracurricular, co-curricular and achievement. But you are now out of this low academics because you have got work X in place. You can cover up these low acads with the help of your work X, and make sure that your interview revolve around your work experience and your projects and your extracurricular, curricular. So we need to make up deficiency in one of the areas with the gains in some other areas. Have I answered your question, Mr. Chauhan? Utkarsh, are you a doctor? Dentist. Utkarsh. So, see, there is no hard and fast rule that people from engineering or commerce or humanities background are eligible for MBA. In your hospital admission is well suited to your profile and as per your profile interest areas. So, is matching, going well with your, but even after doing MBA from your dentist background, you can enter hospital administration, because we need people from that particular area, and you can enter pharmaceutical concerns also. And who says that you need to sell soap or shampoos or Patanjali products after doing MBA? You can very well enter your own area, your sector. So there you want to enter the management side of the business, and you'll be able to handle this well because you have prior knowledge and product knowledge and the sector's knowledge. Have I answered your question, Utkarsh? British. Okay, I had an interview last week at Symbiosis, and the panel started shouting unexpectedly and told me speak loudly. So this part, yeah, this was deliberately done by them, and this was part of your stress interview. But if you are told to speak loudly, then for a couple of seconds, you should follow the advice that you should speak loudly. But immediately you should take a pause and should ask the logic, sir, what is the point in speaking loudly, since the distance is not that much so that we cannot hear one another. So what's the point in shouting? So that you can say that you can make them realize that you are logical also. You have got a mind, brain in place. You can think. Now, Utkarsh, there's hardly any difference between management and administration. No doubt, management does include strategy, and administration is the implementation part of administration is part of management, but management will not be the part of administration, broadly speaking. But more or less, they can be taken as synonym. But administration is the execution of the ideas generated by the management. Am I clear, Utkarsh? If there are any gaps like a year off after graduation before going for MBA, how to handle this? So this is generally hypothetical situation. Hypothetical, it is a kind of misconception that there should not be any gap after immediately you complete your MBA. You should, sorry, graduation, you should go for MBA. Nothing to worry about. In that gap year, tell them that you improved a lot, you learned few things that improved your personality, you gained confidence. Because of the family problem, you were not able to take up entrance exams, but you did not waste your time and you learned a lot, you helped the society a lot. Tell them that you improved your personality, you gained knowledge, and you help the society, you help your family. That's how you utilize your time. Now I'm done with my few of the tasks or responsibility, or we are now out of those hard times. Now I'm here and started preparing. That's how we handle. Don't say that you did nothing, or because of some foolish reason you were not able to take up this. Tell that you learned one language, dancing, you played one game, you started this hobby, you taught poor kids, you were part of NGO, some responsibilities were there. That's how we handle. Sahil, it would be Shweta, have I answered your question? Yes, Shweta. So can we say that we've been preparing 3 years for CAT? No, Sahil. In case if you have got work ex, then it is fine. But do not say that from 3 years. You need to tell that you picked up job or you were doing something because of your family's compulsion, or because of some need, or whatever you say that why you didn't go for MBA initially. But while doing any particular job or interacting with a few people, etc., you realized that you have got this potential, leadership trait, etc. You got interested in management, and but you didn't have that potential in you, the few qualities in you, so as to take you up to that level. Now you want a platform where you can polish your skill set, and then you started preparing for this. 3 years too long a time to tell the panel that you were preparing for. It's better to avoid this and say something else. Manipulate this answer that you were not able to take up this exam because of some reason. The reason should be generic, be it your family issue, some health reasons, anything. But 3 years too long a time. Have I answered your question, Sahil? Chauhan, this can be handled very easily and diplomatically. Sir, in order to prepare for something, and if my next 35 to 40 years of work life depend on something very crucial, so I left the job to do the justice, and I started seriously preparing for MBA. Because you cannot do justice if you are doing job side by side, and you're preparing for something, and my job timings were very erratic, so I was not able to concentrate fully on this. But I made up my mind to crack MBA, and that's why I left my job. Johan, have I answered your question? Okay, so guys, time has come to wind up this session. If you have any query, then you can write to us, and you can watch the remaining videos related to the GDs and PIs and essay writing, etc. on our YouTube channel hitbullseye.com. And in case of any query, you can write to us. We'll be more than happy, glad to answer your queries, and wish you all the best for forthcoming interviews and GDs. And be happy, stay focused, stay calm, be confident, and I'm pretty confident you'll be able to sail through. But make sure that you practice a lot, be in touch with what is happening around you, and all the best. Thank you, guys.